September 29th, 1991, I was in Seattle to shoot Pearl Jam for Epic Records, I think. After I shot Pearl Jam, I ended up having to shoot Soundgarden for Cream Magazine. That's what this photo is from, the amazing Cream Magazine photo shoot. It's my favorite photo of the band because this was at a time when Bad Motorfinger was out, the Singles movie was in production and coming out, and it was just right in the pinnacle of grunge in Seattle. The shoot itself was not a big deal. But what was great was this was during the time when I had just gotten back from Hawaii with Jane's Addiction's last show. I was in Seattle. I was with Eddie a lot. And Eddie played this tape for me. It was a cassette of the Pontier tapes, or the Pontier songs is what we'll call it, where from the movie Singles, if you watch the movie, Matt Dillon's character, Cliff Pontier, makes this cassette and has these song titles. Well, Eddie played the tape for me. Basically what it was it was 5 demos from Chris that he wrote, Seasons, Spoon Man, and a few other songs that he put together. And it was a demo, and Eddie played it for me. So at this shoot, I mentioned it to Chris, and I asked Chris, can I get a copy of the tape? And Chris was like, no, they're my demos. And I was like, please? And he was like, no, they're my demos. And I said, I promise I will not play it for anybody but myself. So he goes, whatever, I'll think about it. So that was that. Which was great was weeks later, I'm getting ready to direct my first music video with Pearl Jam and Jeremy. And Eddie shows up and hands me the cassette and says, this is from Chris. And it's the demos from Singles movie, the Pontier tape, as I like to call it. It was one of the best gifts I've ever received from anybody, let alone Chris Cornell. And I have it to this day. I have the cassette to this day, and it has the 5 songs, and if I had a cassette player, I could play it. But it's great. It was an amazing gift, amazing time, and to this day, one of my most cherished possessions I owned in rock history.